So refers to an increased loudness for a syllable in a word or for a word in a phrase, sentence, or a question. So it is it increases our loudness. So when we talk about stress, it increases our loudness. For example, predict. So you can express or you can increase the loudness of the word that you will speak. So stress or to emphasize, it is easy to use or to recognize in spoken language, but it is harder to describe. So a stress word or syllable is usually preceded by a very slight pause and is spoken at slightly increased volume. So it also helps us to distinguish word from noun to verb. So the noun and verb will be discussed by co-reporters so that you can understand what is the way that the form and the noun and verb will be used in stress. That would be all.
Hello everyone, my name is Denise Kamangkas and I am the second reporter of Group 2, and my task is to discuss the importance of stress. So, stress is important because it assists in communicating additional meaning to an utterance. A speaker can use stress to inform the audience that a particular part of what the speaker is saying is important. So, learners who knows the word stress are more confident in speaking and in reading. So, stress is more important in comprehension. Like for example, I have here an example, refuse. Okay, we have here refuse is a verb. Then the word refuse has two syllables. When we're going to stress the second syllable, so this means say no or deny. Then the second word is refuse. When we're going to stress the first syllable, this means that garbage. So meaning of the word is change when depend on what is the syllable that is being stressed and syllable. So it helps the listener to understand the speech through the stress of the word.
Good afternoon everyone, I am Numerous Christy B. Basit, and today I will be going to discuss about the stress rows. So, stress in the first syllables, most of two syllables noun. So, example, present, export, and the last one is stable. So, the present of the stress words of noun here is the word press. This one, press. So, I give you an example about the word present. So there are 5 students present in the classroom. So these are the nouns, present. Then the second one is to export. Export to China have risen this year. So the word X, risen this year. So this X is the nouns. Then the third one is table. So, she reserved a table for 2 at the restaurant. So, the word noun here is table. So, this is the first syllable. Then the second one is twist on the last syllables. Most of 2 syllables is all about verbs. So, example, present, and then the second is beside, and the third one is begin. So, present, he present the queen with a diamond necklace. So, the verb here is the sent and the second syllables. Then, the second words, a few hundred votes would decide the election. So, the same syllables of these words. The verb here is decide. Then the third one is a few hundred gold. The third one is I got a job and I began work on Monday. So the verb here is gave. So that's it. That's all my report. Thank you.
Okay, let's talk about stress on penultimate syllable. So when we say penultimate, it is a focus on the next to the last syllable. So we have here examples. Words ending in IC. Example we have is the geographic, then geologic. So we have here the geographic means it has 3 syllables, and then the stress is stress being located in the second to the last. We have geographic. So we have here the last and then the second to the last. So the stress there in geographic is graph or GRAP in these big letters. Same also in example geologic. So we have here the 3 syllables, geo, then J. So in the second to the last or next to the last is the stress being located. We have here the LOGE, the capital one. Other examples we have words ending in SION and TION. So we have here television, revelation. So television. We have here the 4 syllables being located. The stress here we can find in the second to the last. We have here the VI, television. Next is revelation. So also we have here 4 syllables. Then the stress being located here is LA, so revelation. That's it. So next we have the stress rules. Stress on anti-penultimate syllable, meaning the third syllable of a word counting from the end. So start from the end and then third stress. So we have here words ending in CY and then TY. Example, we have democracy. Democracy. So in this word, we have here the 4 syllables. Democracy. So from last, the C, last word or suffix C, we have here the MO, the third part of this word being located is the stress, MO. Next is we have dependability. Dependability. So in this word, we have 6 syllables. So we count it from last. We have Li, and BI is the stress. So BI is the where the stress located. So dependability. Okay, these are one of the stress rules. That's it.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Jubilia J. Carrillo, and now let's talk about the compound words. So how do we use stress and compound words? For compound nouns, the stress is in the first part or in the first syllable. Just for example, the blackbird. So the stress is in the first syllable, which is the black. Another example of this is the classroom. So in classroom, the first and the stress in the word classroom is and the first syllable, which is the class. Next is the for compound adjectives, the stress is in the second part or the second syllable. An example of this is bad-tempered. So in bad-tempered, stress niya kay naa sa tempered, which is T-E-M. And for compound verbs, the stress is also in the second part or in the second syllable. Just for example, in the word understand, the stress is on the last part, which is the stand. And that's it.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Arjo Diose Gomez, and my task report is all about remember word stress pattern. In nouns, usually first syllable. Example, repeat. So the first syllable is re. So the stress is put in the re in this. So next is increase. So the first syllable is in. So the stress put in the first syllable. Third is record. The first syllable is re, and the stress put in the re. So fourth is refund. The first syllable is re, so the stress put in the re. The first syllable. Second is verbs. Usually second syllable. So example, repeat. The second syllable is pit, so the stress put in the pit. So third is increase. The second syllable is grease. Put the stress in the grease. Third is record. The second syllable is cord. The stress put in the cord. Fourth is refund. The second syllable is fan. So the stress put in the fan. So that's my report.
So good afternoon, everyone. I am Jimari Bunggol. So I'm going to report the suffixes. So this is the continuation of our report, which is in the nouns and verbs. So we will going to focus on suffixes. So there are one syllable and two syllables. So in one syllable, it is the shown, IC, and ITY. So it ends in IC, it ends in shown, and it ends in ICY. The word ha. So here an example is emotion. Emotion. So the syllable here is the E, mo, and shon. This is a 3 syllable, and the stress will be put here in front. In middle. Why the middle? Because one syllable. So before the shon, it must be put in the before the shon. So in M and O. So emotion. So the second one is accommodation. So this is a accommodation. This is a 5-syllable word. However, we're going to put the stress in the D and E. Why in the D and E? Because shown here is the suffix, and you will put the stress before the suffix, which is the D and E. And lastly will be the situation. So there are 3, which is 3 syllable situation. So we were going to put the stress here in A. Why? So again and again, shown is 1 syllable before. So before the shown, it must be put in A. So the stress here is in A. So again, the second one will be the 2 syllable. So aside from E and T, 8. So 8 will be CY. The word will be CY, GY, then FY. So that's the other suffixes that is under in the 2 syllable. So the example, decorate. So 2 syllable before E and T. So it must be decorate. So here is the T, and you will put the syllable here in DEY because we will go to 1 and 2. So this is the second syllable. Ikaduha siya. So the reason why na diri ang stress. And second example will be duplicate. So E and T. So again, 2 syllable before the E and T, which is the DUP. So duplicate, DUP, duplicate, then K. And lastly, the last example will be integrate. So integrate again and again. The suffix is ATA, which is 8, and then you will put the stress in the 2 syllable before the suffix 8. So 8, 1 and 8. So we will going to put the stress here in IN. So that would be all.
So since we are done talking about the stress roles, and pattern in putting the stress in the word, today I will be giving you an activity. I will group you into 5 which part of the syllable that the stress should be located. So here is the group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, and group 5. So I will be giving you 2 minutes to understand and read carefully the sentences and answer it in that paper. And after that, you are going to post it here in the board, so we are going to check your answers.
Based on the word syllable, it is because
Verb.
So since you are the answeree, choose a representative to come here in front and explain your answers.
I love to present my artworks. So, the word presenter is the verb in the sentence. So, we put stress in the second syllable of the word because it is being used as verb in the sentence.
Yes, correct. Okay, group 2. Group 2. Produce. Produce.
So the sentence is, there was a limited access to quality produce. So the underlined word there is produce. So the stress appears in the first syllable group because it functions as the noun.
Next, group 3.
So the sentence is, the taxi driver decreased his speed as he approached the curb. So in this sentence, the decreased verb function is a verb. So that is why we put the stress in the last syllable of the word decreased. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Group 4.
I just tried to comfort here. So the underlined words in the sentence is the word comfort. So comfort, it is a verb. Then the stress on this words is the verb.
Okay, last group. Bato.
So the word is we listen to the presidential address on the radio. So the underlined word is address, and the first syllable is ad, which is pronounced as address. So it functions as a noun.
So thank you everyone for participating in this activity, and with this I know that you really understand on how to put stress in a word.